Message of the day, July 13th, 2023. The title is There's Favor in Just Showing Up. The scripture comes from Esther, verses chapter 2, verses 1 through 4, and then 7 through 9. So, Esther chapter 2, verse 1 through 4, and then 7 through 9 out of the NIV version. And it reads, Later, when King Xerxes' fury had subsided, he remembered Vashti and what she had done and what he had decreed about her. Then the king's personal attendants proposed, let a search be made for beautiful young virgins for the king. Let the king appoint commissioners in every province of his realm to bring all these beautiful young women into the harem at the citadel of Susa, and let them be placed under the care of Haggai, the king's eunuch, who is in charge of the women, and let beauty treatments be given to them. Then let the young woman who pleases the king be queen instead of Vashti. Somebody might just be sitting in your seat, but let's keep reading. This advice appealed to the king, and he followed it. Mordecai had a cousin named Hadassah, whom he had brought up because she had neither father nor mother. This young woman, who was also known as Esther, had a lovely figure and was beautiful. Mordecai had taken her as his own daughter, and when her father and mother died. When the king's order and edict has been proclaimed, many young women were brought to the citadel of Susa and put under the care of Haggai. Esther also was taken into the king's palace and entrusted to Haggai, who had charge of the harem. She pleased him and won his favor. Immediately, he provided her with beauty treatments and special food. He assigned her 7 female attendants selected from the king's palace and moved her and her attendants into the best place in the harem. Oh, this is about to be good. This is about to be a good one. Let's get into the text. Just like in the text, it is always good to have a trusted advisor that you can go to for advice. Someone that you can trust. Somebody may be of the clergy. It may be a trusted adult, grandparent, or somebody that you can trust. Don't just get advice from anyone. A famous, infamous deacon friend of mine told me one time, be careful who you lend your ear to, because the person that gives you the advice is more oftentimes the person that you shouldn't be listening to. So that's why you got to get somebody trusted, because you can't just take advice from just anyone. And notice, the king didn't get advice from just anyone. He got it from his trusted advisors. But let's move it on. King Xerxes was advised to practically start the search for his next queen from his advisors. That's a word for someone right there. Although you have experienced some heartbreak and despair, you have to put yourself back out there to see what's available. Don't stay secluded. Don't stay in a distressed or depressed state of being. You have to actually get yourself back out there to see what's available. Take some time, all the time you need practically, to heal first. Don't just jump right into anything, because hurt people. So you take some time to heal from it and keep it moving. It's just that simple. Heal and then keep it moving. Because Mordecai brought Hadassah, aka Esther, to the king's palace and entrusted her to Haggai, she was immediately shown favor from him. Immediately. All she did was just walk in the door. All Esther did was just show up, and immediately favored. That's a word for somebody right there. Whoever you are that has been fighting with showing up for something. You've been fighting with showing up to it or showing up for it. God says, if you just show up, my favor will rest upon you. All you got to do is just show up. Favor. There's a famous adage that states 90% of the battle is just showing up. So if you don't show up for whatever the situation is, you will miss some of the best and greatest opportunities of your life by just not showing up. 90% of the battle. That's the majority of the battle. That's practically all of the battle. Is it just showing up? All you got to do is just get there. In Joshua, the book, I think it's Joshua 1, God was talking to Joshua and he said, everywhere your feet shall trod, I have given it to you. So all you got to do is show up, and God has already put it in your hands. But let's keep going. Esther was provided beauty treatments, special food, 7 choice maid servants from the king's palace. Not just all the rest of the ladies that were in the I guess competition to be the next queen. They were given servants, but not choice servants from the king's palace. She was also given the best place to live in the harem. A harem is where the maid servants or the women servants or the concubines or the wives or of a king would live in a palace. So she was given one of the best place to live in the harem. That's the type of favor that God is bringing towards you. All you have to do is just walk in the door and you'll receive favor that you didn't even ask for. You can't even explain it. You don't even know why you getting it, but you got to show up. It's just that simple. Let's keep going. I don't know who you are, but if you don't show up, you will miss out on what God has tailor-made as a designer's original just for you. Just imagine going to the tailor, telling them you want a suit, or telling them you want a dress if you're a female. If you're male, tell them you want a suit. And he designs this custom-made, designer's original, tailor-made suit or dress just for you. Nobody can fit it. They may get another one, but it won't be this one. Just for you. That's the type of favor God has for you, but you got to show up. So many of us, we just won't walk out the door. So many of us let fear remove us from great situation and great opportunities because with the fear of the unknown, fear of uncertainty, or the ambiguity of not knowing what's going to happen. My word to you today is simple. All you have to do is show up, and the favor of God is going to overtake you. But remember this, as the bottom line quote, you can't receive his favor until you show up. Until next time, thank you.